Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Briefing.
There were 2 outbreaks of violence perpetrated by rioting West Bank Palestinians last night. In the first, a baby was reported injured with scrapes and cuts near the KNESSET settlement and was rushed to the hospital after a group of Palestinians attacked a bus the baby and its mother were in with rocks. The rocks shattered the glass, cutting the baby's arm. The IDF has responded with an investigation to locate the rock throwers. In the second case, in the East Jerusalem neighborhood of Silwan, an Israeli police vehicle was destroyed when a group of Palestinians firebombed it. The security personnel inside were safely pulled out with no reported injuries, though the vehicle did catch fire. According to a police statement, searches for the perpetrators within and around the Old City began immediately. Suspects in both cases have since been apprehended. In other terror-related news, the victim of last week's stabbing attack in a YAVNE supermarket has just regained consciousness. The 43-year-old Niv Nehemia was working at the supermarket stocking shelves when a 19-year-old Palestinian stabbed him with a knife in the upper body. Nehemia briefly fought his attacker off and attempted to run away, but the terrorist chased after him, stabbing additionally in the chest, neck, and head. The attacker was tackled by civilians outside the supermarket as he tried to flee the scene, and Nehemia fell into critical condition. Today, he's reported awake and in improving condition. After many months of heavy dealings and deliberations, and the incredible establishment of the fact that crime syndicates in Israel are behind the industry, the Knesset Reform Committee is today set to vote on what many consider to be a watered-down version of the binary options industry ban. The old version of the legislation made it illegal to operate any binary options companies in Israel, no matter who they targeted, in Israel or abroad. The current version has this part too, but what the current version lacks is the section requiring Forex, CFD, and other currency trading companies to obtain a license from the countries they operate in. This section was included in the old bill. The newer legislation is seeming to inspire very little confidence or even attention, since only 3 of the 13 members on the committee even attended meetings in the last weeks. Regardless, of the committee members who responded when asked, they are still looking to vote yes on the deal. Rabbi and Knesset member Uri Maklev said he would vote in favor of the legislation because, quote, binary options are a tempting product that is marketed aggressively and fraudulently and can cause people to become addicted, end quote. He added that even if other countries allow binary options, Israel must not be a country that hosts this kind of thing. I guess the hopes are that even with a watered-down bill, it's still a start in the right direction. Looks like Israel has just placed new travel restrictions in and out of Gaza, but this time it isn't on people, it's on laptops. Israel's Coordination of Government Activities in the Territories, or COGAT, has barred people leaving Gaza from carrying any electronics with them over the border except cell phones. Actually, the same goes for people entering Gaza. Just a few days ago, an Associated Press reporter was barred from taking his laptop into the Strip. Israel has imposed the ban at a desperate time for the citizens of Gaza, which have been suffering from a crippling energy crisis for months now. And of course, this is just the latest in a long history of restrictions placed at the Israel-Gaza border. So far, there's no official statement from Israel on the timing of the ban or why it was placed, but clearly this is a move by the Defense Department to tighten security as tensions continue to grow. The Israeli pharmaceutical giant Teva has just plunged a massive 18% in value. This comes after a bombshell announcement that Teva is shuttering 15 plants and pulling out of 45 countries, meaning the company is laying off 7,000 people all over the world. These are the staggering cost-cutting measures that Teva is hoping can get the company back on track, following massive losses this quarter. But already it's looking like a cure may be well past its expiration date on this one. Losses are expected to grow, leaving Teva shareholders around the world to scramble as stocks continue to crash. The slash of prices for generic drugs is a big factor in these losses, but things have been bad for Teva ever since they lost their chief financial officer and CEO earlier this year. On top of that, the company's been in debt since its $40 billion purchase of Allergan Generics company last year. So unfortunately, these layoffs might not be enough to stop the bleeding.
That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.